According to a recent poll, 1/3 of baby boomers are obese, another 36% are overweight. Here to give us some suggestions on what we boomers can do to stop being so big is Kevin Breedlove, owner of Odyssey Health Club. Again, full disclosure, he advertises on HHI TV. I'm also a member of his club. Kevin, thanks for coming in.
Thanks again, Allie.
Let's get to some specifics. First of all, if someone is obese, the cost for their health care is going to be higher. That's been proven, correct?
It sure is. In fact, somebody who is on Medicare and obese is on average going to spend $1,700 more a year than someone who's got a normal weight. That's a significant impact. And if we look at prescription drugs, it's even more significant. Someone on Medicare is going to, and obese is going to spend on average $1,400 more a year than somebody who's at a normal weight on Medicare. So that's expenses that are going to start adding up. And you know, as we try to save money as anywhere we can, this is where we can start to cut back a little bit.
Let's talk, if we could, a little bit about strength training. From what I've heard, layperson here is, as we age, baby boomers, we really need to pay attention to that. Can you explain why?
We do. As we get older, we start to have muscle atrophy. We start to lose some of our muscle density, our strength. With that, we also lose some of our balance. And if we lose our balance, we lose our strength, that also helps us lose our mobility. What's important is that we do a little bit of resistance training. This is going to help us use those fast twitch muscles, which will help stabilize us. It's going to help us get a little bit more range of motion, which is going to increase our mobility, our potential for mobility, and help getting around easier. If we just do cardio, we're really limiting ourselves. We need to integrate at least 3 days of resistance training. And this doesn't need to be hard resistance training. I mean, I think when we all think about going and lifting weights, we think about somebody who's just muscle bound lifting 200-300 pounds. What we need to do is just gentle resistance. What we need to do is keep the muscles active and keep them moving. That way we're going to reduce the likelihood of arthritis. We're going to reduce the likelihood of injury, of slip and fall, of having joint replacement. So resistance training is really an integral part that most seniors and most baby boomers who are starting to reach that 65 age are really not taking advantage of, and they're really not pursuing.
And my understanding is, too, that baby boomers don't like to think of aging sometimes, but we're going through it, and as we age, the risk of falling increases, and then having long-term disabilities due to falls increase too. So I would think that would be another reason to really incorporate some strength training, as you mentioned, the whole balance issue.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and everyone loves to say the fact that 60 is the new 50, 70 is the new 60. And unless we are really, helping our bodies do progress as well as they can and work as well as they can, we're really never going to feel as good as we should. There is no reason why at 60 years old you should be limited to by anything, or at 70 years old, as long as we train our bodies and keep ourselves fit.
I would assume the sooner we get started, the easier it's going to be, correct?
Oh, absolutely. The toughest step is the first step. Yeah, just actually coming through the door to get started on a routine is always the most difficult thing. Yeah, it's always say, I'll start it on Monday. If you just get started, Wednesday is a great day to start. And we just do little things. We just make the small changes. We say, I'm going to take the stairs today. That's going to be my beginning. We don't have to jump feet first to get going with a healthy lifestyle. Just if we've been living a sedentary lifestyle for 20 years, we can't. We don't need to jump in feet first. We need to take it slow. So take the opportunity. If you see this, then say, tomorrow I'm going to start. I'm going to eat a little bit healthy. I'm not going to eat dessert tomorrow. I'm going to make a small change. I'm going to go out and walk for 30 minutes. I'm going to do something to help myself.
And Kevin, I would guess that you would say if someone has an issue of being obese, check with your doctor first, though, right?
Absolutely. It's very important, especially if we do have a lot of joint problems, if we do have high blood pressure, high cholesterol problems. Before we start any exercise routine, we do need to make sure that we have supervision by a doctor, that we're well aware of any limitations, and that we're aware of what's going on with our own bodies, so we know what we need to improve on.
Okay, before we let you leave, I know you've got 3 helpful tips that you think can really make a difference for folks. Why don't you give us those?
I sure do, and it's my 3 dieting tips, and these are just 3 ways that we can make small changes. And first off is my car test. If you can eat it while you're driving, you probably shouldn't eat it. My second is my grocery store test. If I have to go into the aisles to pull the food that I'm looking for, I probably don't want to eat it. As long as I stay on the outside, I'm going to be fine. And my third is my TV test. And this one just kills everybody late at night. I can't eat while I'm flipping through the channels. I've got to do one or the other. I've got to find something to watch and then go find a snack, or I need to find a snack first and then go find something to watch later on. But I can't mindlessly flip and eat at the same time. We can't do two things at once.
Now, you told me that when you were working on not eating as much, that what you would do if that desire to really go grab something really hit you badly, that you would make yourself flip through every single cable channel
Absolutely.
Before you would get up. So that way, by the time you got done with that, you didn't want it anymore.
Absolutely. The key is, can we hold off for 20 minutes? And that's how long it takes our brain to signal, I'm not hungry really, I'm just bored. So if we can, if for nowadays we've got about 500 channels, if we can go surf through all of them and then come back and actually find something that we're interested in, odds are we're not going to be hungry. We're just bored. And if we're really hungry, by the time we get back and we find something, it's usually taken us 15 to 20 minutes, then we know I can go grab a snack. Make sure.
Do you get more excited working with someone who comes in that really needs to lose a lot of weight, or the person that needs to maybe lose 10 pounds?
Well, I kind of look at them both as different challenges.
Okay.
They're both unique, and they're both fun to work with. People who are obese, we know that we have a long road ahead of us. But usually they're really willing and they're excited about doing it, and they know it's going to be tough. Folks that only have just a couple of pounds to lose, sometimes we know it's going to be not that tough of a journey, but we make it into a much more difficult journey. So they're both different, they're both challenging, and it's wonderful to just help anybody improve the quality of their life. And anytime you help somebody lose just 2 pounds, it's going to make them feel better.
Well, Kevin Breedlove, Odyssey Health Club, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on the Low Country Report.
Well, thank you, Allie.
Our pet of the week is Joe Cocker. He's a Cocker Spaniel mix and would make a great family dog. For more information, you can call the Jasper Animal Rescue Mission at 726-7799 or go to jarmission.org. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Low Country Report. I'm Allie McNair. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next.